Whether you're the owner of one or a dozen beloved piercings, there's one piercing complication that frightens us all, and that is piercing rejection. Piercing rejection happens when your body sees your jewelry as a foreign object and tries to push it out. Result: migration, irritation, scarring, and sometimes the complete loss of a piercing. While technically all piercings can reject, there are some piercings that are way more prone to it than others. Knowing which piercings are prone to migration can help set realistic expectations when getting one of those piercings and help understand the risks. In this video, we're going to break down which piercings are prone to rejection, early signs of rejection, and aftercare tips to help prevent migration and rejection. Before we get started, hey, I'm Ruby and welcome to Pierce Owl. We post videos every week about all things piercings. If you're into piercings or body modifications, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. All right, first let's go over what piercing rejection really is. Piercing rejection occurs when your body works to push out a piece of jewelry closer to the surface of the skin, eventually pushing it out completely. Unlike an infection or irritation, piercing rejection is the body's long-term response to a piercing. Rejection can be triggered by a few different things: poor placement, improper jewelry or anatomy, or the fit of your jewelry. So, signs of piercing rejection include jewelry suddenly sitting closer to the surface, redness or tight skin over the jewelry, irritation or pain to the piercing, and a sudden change in angle or fit. If you're looking for more in-depth information on piercing migration or signs of rejection, we have 2 videos on our channel that can provide a little bit more information on those 2 things. So, let's go over the piercings that are most prone to rejection. Number 1 piercing most prone to rejection is surface piercings. So, surface piercings can refer to 2 types of piercing: piercings that go through a flat area of the body, think of an anti-eyebrow piercing, or a surface tragus piercing done with a staple bar. Alternatively, surface piercings can refer to piercings that go through a subtle ridge of the body, so think a regular eyebrow or belly piercing. While both kinds of surface piercings are more prone to rejection, the former is most at risk due to the shallow placement of the jewelry, and as well, tension-prone location. Because of this, surface piercings are often referred to as long-term temporary due to the high risk of rejection. The second piercing that's most at risk to rejection is microdermal piercings. So microdermal piercings refer to a single point piercing where a small base rests directly underneath the surface of the skin. A decorative top sits at the surface. This type of piercing is also considered long-term temporary due to the high risk of rejection. This is especially true on areas of the body that are prone to friction. Think hips, chest, or arms. Because the jewelry sits shallow underneath the skin, even a minor snag can cause the anchor to be irritated and trigger migration. Another piercing that is prone to rejection is eyebrow piercings. Eyebrow piercings are prone to rejection due to the shallow portion of the skin that the piercing goes through. While some eyebrow ridges are very prominent and offer a very stable area to be pierced, other eyebrows are flat and have less of a ridge. If the placement of an eyebrow piercing is too shallow, then the piercing is more vulnerable to rejection. This area is also very susceptible to frequent movement or snagging or tugging, and all of these things can also trigger migration and eventually rejection. Another beloved piercing that is prone to rejection is the belly piercing. Similar to eyebrow piercings, belly piercings are placed in a more shallow area of the body, especially depending on your anatomy. Due to constant friction, movement, and pressure from sitting or sleeping, navel piercings can be vulnerable to rejection. Navels that are pierced in a too shallow area are also more vulnerable to rejection. While many people are able to enjoy navel piercings for years or decades, there is a higher risk of rejection for this piercing. The last piercing we're going to go over is the bridge piercing. Similar to eyebrow and navel piercings, bridge piercings and their longevity depend heavily on the person's anatomy. If someone has a very defined ridge up here, then the bridge piercing is going to definitely be more stable. However, if the pierced area is more shallow, then the piercing is more prone to migration and eventually rejection. Knowing which piercings are prone to rejection is great and all, but a lot of people just want to know how they can prevent rejection. So while you can't control fully how your body is going to respond to a piercing, there are steps that can be taken to reduce the risk and promote the longevity of your piercing. The number one thing you can do is to choose high quality jewelry. Materials and quality matter. Implant grade titanium that is internally threaded or threadless is best for new and healing piercings. In addition to high quality jewelry, working with an experienced piercer also really matters. Rejection often starts with poor placement. Research your piercer ahead of time and check their portfolio for the specific piercing that you want to get. Always visit a licensed and experienced piercer. Keeping your piercing clean also helps prevent migration and rejection. Stick to a gentle saline spray. Use this 1 to 2 times while healing. Definitely avoid harsh soaps, alcohol, makeup, or skincare products around your new or healing piercing. Overcleaning can also cause dryness and irritation to the area. Finally, avoid pressure, friction, or trauma to the pierced area. Don't sleep on fresh piercing and avoid changing your jewelry while the piercing is healing. Avoid bumping or snagging the piercing as as much as you can. Sometimes, as much as we try to prevent rejection, can happen nonetheless. So let's go over when to remove a rejecting piercing. If you notice that your piercing is migrating significantly, or if the skin between the entry and exit points becomes extremely thin, it may be time to retire the piercing. Retiring your piercing while it's migrating can help prevent scarring as well as full-on rejection. It's a great idea to consult a professional piercer before retiring the piercing. They can assess the damage for you and recommend the next step for healing or re-piercing in the future. I had to retire my migrating eyebrow piercing a few months ago. As much as I tried to stop the migration, it kept happening nonetheless, and to avoid a full-on rejecting eyebrow piercing, I did end up taking it out. I was left with a little bit of scarring. At least now I have a sick eyebrow piercing scar. The last thing I want to say is listen to your body. Rejection is not inevitable for most piercings. With the right placement, high quality jewelry, and proper care, even long-term temporary piercing and other piercings with a higher risk of rejection can be enjoyed for years at a time. And if you're shopping for safe body jewelry designed to minimize irritation and maximize comfort, check out our collection of titanium body jewelry at piercedowel.com. All right, that about wraps up our video on the piercings that are most prone to rejection. If you like this video and you want to watch more videos on all things piercings, check out our channel. And if you want more content from us, you can find us at Pierced Owl on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for watching our video, and I will see you next time. Bye.